Is MTG's book such a flop she hasn't made a dime from it? The rules about what lawmakers have to share about their contracts, like the one MTG has with Don Jr.'s publishing company, are murky. Lineage firebrand Marjorie Taylor Greene appears to have recently skipped reporting any income from the book she published late last year, stepping into an ethical gray zone. The memoir, entitled MTG, details the Congresswoman's time in Washington and was published by Winning Team Publishing, a company founded by Donald Trump Jr. and Sergio Gore, who insiders know as the mayor of Mar-a-Lago. The company hawks books by right-wing influencers like Charlie Kirk, Steve Bannon, and even former President Donald Trump. Winning Team is currently selling one bundle that includes Trump's coffee table book and other signed swag for $999 a pop. Greene's book is far more affordable, $30 for a regular edition, $49.99 signed. But the personal financial disclosure Greene filed with the House this spring does not mention the book, Winning Team, or a royalty agreement. In a statement to the Daily Beast, Greene's office suggested that's above board. Congresswoman Greene's book agreement was reviewed and approved by the House Ethics Committee, and in 2023, there was no financial activity that required reporting, Greene's office wrote. That could only be true if Greene received virtually no royalties for book sales in 2023, since the Ethics Committee Instruction Guide stipulates that members must disclose ownership interests in intellectual property worth more than $1,000 or that earn more than $200 of income. It is certainly possible that Greene's memoir didn't sell well enough to make money last year. Members of Congress are prohibited from receiving advances on royalties, so they have to depend on profits from copies sold. Greene's book came out in late November and has only a handful of reviews on Amazon dated before the new year. But even then, congressional ethics experts say they expect more transparency. Even if she hasn't received any royalty payments, my understanding is that she's required to report anticipated royalties in some way. Robert Maguire, Vice President for Research and Ethics at the watchdog group Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, told the Daily Beast. The House Ethics Committee has previously issued confusing guidance about whether members of Congress need to disclose royalty agreements in addition to royalties paid. That can leave lawmakers unsure how to stay on the right side of the rules. Last year, when the Daily Beast reported that Rep. Lauren Boebert failed to disclose book royalties, Boebert's spokesperson said she hadn't yet earned money from her deal and provided evidence that the committee had advised her that she didn't need to disclose more. That advice ran counter to other ethics committee guidelines. Part of the problem here could be mixed messages from the ethics officials in Congress, Maguire said, but it seems pretty clear, just based on the rules, that any royalties, whether or not they've been received by the member, should be reported in some way on the financial disclosure. One line in particular in the instruction guide for this year's disclosures implies that members of Congress need to disclose book deals, even if they have yet to profit off their work. This includes any advances in contract payments in the form of earned income that have not yet been received for transfer of the intellectual property to the publisher, as well as any royalties currently due from the publisher for completed sales. The guide states in a paragraph about disclosure requirements, when an interest in future royalties cannot be ascertained, it is acceptable to disclose the value as undetermined.